The Culos MB1. Let's talk about it. I read a review of this amp deck before I bought it, and someone said that every audiophile needs at least one MUB1. And I have to say that I agree with it, and here's why. It is listed on Shenzhen, Elise, Linsel, Hi-Fi Go, and many other sites where you can buy this, as well as AliExpress from various dealers. It's a beautiful device which has great sound quality and can do a lot of different things. Let's start talking about this device and then we'll kind of go from there. I've tried a lot of amps in my history, and probably more than you might guess because I don't review a ton on channel. Why is that the case? I'm an iPhone user. My iPhone is slightly older and it still uses the Lightning port, and it just isn't as reliable as a port. Thus, a Bluetooth amp deck or a DAP is kind of essential for what I want to bring. Last time I went to CanJam, I didn't bring my Quidolix 5K to the last CanJam, and that was a mistake. My DAP had an issue. That DAP wouldn't work for a while. It shut down. And had I would have had this device, I could have instantly gone from that. And so this thing does a lot of different things. It does Bluetooth. It has a 4.4 out. It has a 3.5 out. It has a charging port. And it also has multiple different modes that you can use with it. Let's kind of look at the build of this guy. I wanted to show you some of the features of this dongle deck. It has a great deal of power at 1.1 watts, which is a fair amount of power for most headphones. It's much more powerful than most dongles. There is a super gain mode, which I think is pretty awesome. I think you guys should check out. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it a great deal. It has almost no noise floor, no jitter. The measurements of this are exceptional. The sound quality of this device from Bluetooth is very good, as well as it as a normal amp DAC. It has a car mode. It also works on Windows devices, on phones, and even from a DAP if you want. It has 4 Cirrus Logic DAC chips. It has a great SINAD score. Again, the measurements on this device are impeccable, and it does very, very well. It has flagship level dynamics. I wanted to show you a little bit and talk about dynamics. So dynamic range in audio is the difference in volumes between the quietest and the loudest part in an audio signal as measured in decibels. Having a larger decibel rating is a good thing. The rating of this device is exceptional. First off, this has a beautiful cable. It has a nice case that is included with this. You can buy a separate case, but I don't know if it's absolutely necessary, and there are people that do custom cases. I wanted to take a minute and compare this to a few of my other favorite amp DACs. One of my favorite dongle DACs is the DC07 Pro. I like it a lot, but it lacks in a lot of functionality. I also like the Quidolix 5K, but it's tiny and it's easy to lose and drop. The Quidolix does have good power, but it doesn't really have great power. It doesn't have a 4.4, which is kind of essential in nowadays IEM market. Nobody's using the 2.5. If you could do a Quidolix with a 4.4, it would be nice. But again, build quality is extremely chintzy and is more of a home device or something on walks where you need the portability. There aren't a lot of options that can be really used as a desktop source that has a great build quality like this. Everything else kind of feels small, kind of like a dongle, or overly massive, almost like a DAP. So the form factor is this is perfect. I mean, at the show I ended up using this combination of just a basically an Apple dongle and a 3.5 to 4.4 female adapter, which isn't terrible, but it fell out of my iPhone a great deal and I didn't enjoy it a lot. It doesn't really look or feel premium, and again, it just doesn't have that feel of being able to carry something around that can do everything for you. It fell out a lot and I had to reset it multiple times, and it wasn't an ideal approach at a show. So the Quidolix provides a lot of great things. It's versatile, it's well built, it's a powerful Bluetooth amp DAC that punches far above its weight class. It is not maybe the most feature rich, but what it does well, and I enjoy it a great deal, and it's backed by the community over in China that not a lot of people know about. This guy, Clark, this gentleman who designs this, has almost 9,000 posts over on the Qulos forums. I think that's fantastic. So all in all, this is a fantastic, versatile product that can be used in your car, with speakers, or almost anything you could really think of. I've really enjoyed my time testing this, and I absolutely love this device. I think it's something that's like a Swiss Army knife of amp DACs, and it's something that I think anyone could get and absolutely love. It's a great device that I recommend to people who are interested in the market for a Bluetooth amp DAC. And here's my Bluetooth amp DAC kind of warning about how I feel about them in general and about their sound quality. A lot of people ask the question, do amps and DACs matter? They do, but I kind of wanted to show you an analogy. On the right, you have UI Scooty, my son's favorite star. And on the left, we have our son. Our son dwarfs it in size. Now, this drawing is to represent approximately how big UI Scooty would be in our solar system. It would be about all the way out to where Jupiter and Saturn reach. Back to the original picture of DACs and amps. DACs and amps are important. They can burn you and they can cause a lot of harm and issues to your music, but headphones are much more important. They're just a tiny piece in the puzzle, and I think that's important to note. It's almost like grasping at straws, try to differentiate the sound between them unless it's a hyper-colored DAC amp or a very colored R2R DAC amp. There are times it can make an impact, but it's not always that massive of an impact. You're still here. It's over. Go home. Go watch another IEM video. It's done. That's the entire video. What more do you want?